Hello and welcome to Homemaking with Joy. I'm Rachel, and this is my first grocery haul after the Pantry challenge. I'm going to show you what I got and give you a little recap of the challenge. My favorite place to shop is ALDI, and that's where we were able to go last night. So that's where all these groceries came from. Sometimes I do shop at Walmart because you can do free pickup and it's really convenient to keep the kids in the van. But we took a whole family trip to ALDI last night, and this is what we got. I'm just going to work my way across the table, and at the end I will tell you how much all of this cost. Here we go. We got some convenience items because we were there, and it's nice to have them after quite a few weeks of not having any. My kids really like these pretzels, and I'm planning to make a taco casserole, so I got some bags of chips for that. I like to make my own Jell-O with juice, and so we got some grape juice. That's my kids' favorite flavor of Jell-O, so got that. Some bananas, because we ran out of all of our fresh stuff quite a while ago, so it's nice to have that back again. My husband makes his own trail mix, so these two containers of peanuts and the M&Ms and the raisins are for his trail mix. We're having friends over for dinner soon and having pizza, so I wanted to get some sausage to cook and put on top of pizza. Butter. I learned through the Pantry Challenge that I go through a lot of butter, so I needed to restock a little bit of butter, and Aldi has a good price on butter. String cheese. All of these dairy products we were not able to restock during the Pantry Challenge, and so we're looking a little low. So I got some string cheese. My 1-year-old especially really enjoys this. Blocks of cream cheese. I really like to keep cream cheese in the freezer and use for a variety of things. Some garlic. I cheat and get this garlic so it's easy to throw into recipes. And garlic powder. I ordered groceries for my mom one time, and I don't know if I clicked the wrong thing or the employee grabbed the wrong thing, but he got garlic salt. So I got her some actual garlic powder. Onion powder. I'm running low on this because I'm running out of onions, and so I used a lot of onion powder during the Pantry Challenge instead of onions, so I got to restock that. And this was just a fun purchase, everything bagel seasoning. I do make homemade bagels, and this pairs very nicely with it. We're just about out of baking soda, so I grabbed one of those. Mandarin oranges are cuties. Again, fresh fruit. Blueberries, fresh fruit. We've been out of that for a while, so those are really nice to have. My husband picked up some Greek yogurt. He likes the vanilla flavor, so we got some of those. Cottage cheese. Cottage cheese. I make a really good smoothie with cottage cheese, so I got that for myself. Cheese. Lots and lots of blocks of cheese. I don't know how many there are, but my kids really like this. It's a math counting activity when we're in the store. I tell them how many to get of each, and that's fun for them to participate. But I like the Aldi price for these blocks of cheese. They are 8 ounces each, and I keep them in the freezer. They thaw really nicely and shred really nicely, and so that's what I do with all of these. All these mozzarella are for pizzas. Sharp cheddar, mild cheddar, those are for like mac and cheese. And Colby Jack is our favorite for like on crackers. And here's a Colby Jack package for sandwiches to go with the ham. We don't always buy lunch meat, but this was super convenient. These already have been opened and enjoyed today. So we went grocery shopping last night, and this has already been lunch for 3 of our 5 family members. These are hash brown patties that we really like for breakfast sandwiches, especially if I do breakfast sandwiches for dinner. We'll do homemade bagels and eggs and hash browns and bacon, and it's a really great meal. Frozen broccoli. We ran out of broccoli really quickly, and I did not like that because this is one of our family's favorite vegetables. So more broccoli. Apples. Fuji apples are our favorite. More potatoes. I ran out of potatoes, and I struggle with storing potatoes. So more potatoes. More onions, again, because mine are sprouting. And last but not least, 2 bags of whole carrots. I started the challenge with carrots, but we ran out, even though they do last a long time. So happy to have those vegetables back in our lives. The grand total to get all of this from Aldi cost me $137.64. I was pretty happy with that as a restock after the Pantry Challenge. Nothing too crazy, but this will really help us make some more meals for our family. Our family participated in the Pantry Challenge for about 6 weeks this year. It's more than I anticipated. I thought we'd only do 1 month, so I was happy with those 2 extra months. As always, this challenge is a great opportunity to learn about our household, our pantry, how I cook, and how I work through the food that we have on hand. First thing I learned was that we ran out of vegetables, which surprised me. But as I was meal planning and things, I realized we had run out of carrots, we ran out of frozen broccoli, we had green beans and corn available, but you can only eat those so many meals in a row before you're tired of them. I do like to provide variety when I can. So that's one thing I will do a better job of stocking in the future. We ran out of potatoes, and so I just buy like a big bag of potatoes at the store and keep them in my basement. But I was thinking it would be ideal if I could keep a second or preserve them a different way to keep them on hand. So whether that be canning them, although I don't love the texture of canned potatoes, or buying frozen potatoes or blanching them and freezing them myself. So that's another option, is to have multiple layers of that food storage. So when I run out of one option, I can grab my other option, like having frozen green beans and canned green beans, that sort of thing. I was pretty happy with the variety of meals I was able to create with the basics that I keep in my pantry. We could have Mexican or Hispanic one night, we could have Asian one night, we could have Italian one night, we could have basic American one night, and I had most of those things in my pantry or my freezers and was able to cook those for my family. They're accustomed to variety, and I like to cook a variety of things, and so that was encouraging to me that if we had to eat out of the pantry, we wouldn't be stuck eating the same thing every day. That said, I feel like my menu got a little bit more basic and a little bit more boring weeks 5 and especially 6. I know based on the food in my house right now that we could do the challenge longer. We could keep going through the end of February, but we also live in a time where the grocery store is available and I don't have to eat solely from my pantry. And so that was the best option for our family this time around. We're having guests over, we're doing other activities, and so I'd like to have some of the other things on hand. And that's not going to hurt my family to do that. But I did learn if I really had to feed my family out of my basement and pantry, we could probably eat and stay alive, not necessarily enjoyably so, but eat probably 4 to 6 months from the food I have stored in the basement and our chickens out back and that sort of thing, which was really encouraging to me. I'm shooting for 6 months worth of food in my house at all times. Do I think the world's going to end and I'm going to need to feed my family out of my house for 6 months? No. But if there's a job loss or an injury or something happens, I know that we are covered for quite a while. Having a fully stocked house and pantry is an investment. And so I work hard because I don't go to work every day. I work hard to make the most of my husband's money and steward it really, really well. And so I like to explain that to my kids as I'm going to the grocery store and very consciously picking out what we are buying and what we are not buying and how we store things in our house. If something were to happen, I know that I have reserves on hand. I have stewarded the money that my husband has made well and been able to build up that bulk pantry to take care of us for whatever may happen. The pantry challenge encouraged me to make things that I might regularly buy. If I wanted crackers, I had to make crackers. If I wanted granola bars, I had to make granola bars. And thankfully, I had the ingredients on hand to make that happen. That's one of my favorite parts about having a bulk pantry is if I am in the mood to make fill in the blank, I probably have the ingredients for it. And same for my kids. They could request that I make a certain breakfast or request that I make a certain dinner, and I probably had those ingredients on hand. And that's really good to know that we eat a variety of foods, but they all come from a lot of basic ingredients that are easy to stock in my pantry. So a big thank you to everyone who watched the Pantry Challenge videos and participated. It was really fun to share my kitchen with you all this month. I hope that it was helpful for you to see some things that I cook and maybe encouraged you to try some new things, introduced you to new ideas, and that's really my goal here. I feel like my ministry and influence is I really want to help younger moms. I mean, I am a young mom, but just thinking back 7 years ago to when I got married, I really didn't know any of this. And so if I can help someone just a little bit, get them a leg up, get them a little bit more help as you are trying to figure out this homemaking mom, wife world, hopefully this will give you some help and more than I had when I started. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching, and I can't wait to bring you some other content in the upcoming weeks. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.